house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con, in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Come to us for your news and opinions. We got a voice. There is no choice. Wisdom voice. In your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast, it's like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Papa see your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Slow.
What's up, guys? What's cracking? The comment, and I'm in your house. We here. We ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are with the shits, because we're with the shit. And we're ready to talk a little wrestling. That's right. You already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, we're here to give you that work when it comes to this professional wrestling business. And that's exactly what we are continuing to do. Guys, we're giving you a lot of work, a lot of heavy work with everything that we are doing. I mean, we have had quite the week of episodes. Monday, as you guys know, we had Window Lickers. We had the Raw preview review show. Tuesday, we had a really great episode with the Smoke Sesh with Hype Jones. Wednesday, it was the Raw deal with Howse and O'Neal. And Friday, we gave you a really great episode with Bill Alfonso. And then we did a really great watch along with Taz versus Bam Bam Bigelow, Living Dangerously 1998 for the ECW World Television Championship. And soon we'll have another episode to give you guys, as Grun's Room is going to be dropping today, giving you his thoughts at the the SmackDown preview review show as he does that. And now, guys, we are going to be giving you the Sunday House Party SummerSlam Super Show, and this is going to be a really exciting episode. But I can't have a house party by myself. How a one-person party? I'm sorry, it's not that fun. It's not exciting. It's not thrilling. You got to have the peeps, the homies, the boys with you, talking some pro wrestling if you're gonna have a house party. And I got my great team with me here, as I have my producer of the show, Hypocrisy Jones. What is up, bro?
Yo. What is up, house? What is up, household? What is up, everybody, man? Yo, I'm hyped. I know you say you can't have a party of one, bro. And I think that's right. Ain't no party of one, because it ain't no party till hype comes in, right?
You need the hype in the party. How else are you gonna have that? But you know, when you're at a party, you can't be quiet. You can't just sit on your hands or anything. You have to have a voice at a party, and we have a voice as we have Josh with Joseph coming in your house. What's up, bro?
How goes it, household? How goes it, house and hypocrisy? I'm just loving life right now. I know we're talking about can't have a party of one. I've had some pretty cool parties of one, I'll tell you that. But I do enjoy a household party. So I'm ready to talk some SummerSlam.
What?
Yeah, don't worry about hypocrisy. I'll fill you in later.
Okay.
That's a conversation for off air.
Exactly.
Love it.
You want to stay on air.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
But here's the thing. On air, we've been having a conversation, and it's become a conversation to be had in our little community here of the household, and that's head tattoos. We had Bam Bam Bigelow. We watched a really great match, and of course, Bam Bam Bigelow, very famous for his head tattoos. And right now, we're lobbying for our other co-host here to possibly get a head tattoo. I don't know if you guys will agree with it. I don't think he does, but I think we do. And that's Grunmeister returning to In Your House. What's up, bro?
What is up? I am not getting a head tattoo. I am against getting a head tattoo.
Could you consider it though? Could you
I would
think about it for a second? I'm just saying, just give it some thought.
I would consider getting a tattoo. A head tattoo.
Okay. All right.
We're halfway there.
Yeah, there we go. That took not as long as I thought it was going to. So
I mean, you guys have been pushing for a head tattoo. That's where I'm drawing the line. Like we can discuss me getting a tattoo.
Might get a face tattoo. I mean, that seemed that would be very hype of me.
We're
I
gonna
would
have my
do
man
it.
out here
Sounds
looking like a
like you.
SoundCloud rapper, bro.
Yeah, little doodle bear.
Oh man,
I mean, it'd be hot in the streets, bro. I'm just saying,
I'd pick up his mixtape for real.
right?
Yeah.
You know,
I'd pick
I'd
it up.
support him.
Yeah, guys. All right, we're already off to a hot start here. We have OG Tony in the chat saying, "Hey guys, let us know what you think about a head tattoo." OG Tony, we want to know. You know,
Yeah.
you've been on this planet 3, 4, 5 times as long as anybody here on this podcast, and you would know, is a head tattoo the move? Shout out to my guy OG Tony. Much love to him in Gonzo's room. We love you over there, y'all. But
They do good work.
yeah, man, this is gonna be. Oh yeah, they do great work. But we do great work here as well. As damn,
Well, I don't know, man. Peer pressure's a bitch.
I know.
Yeah, peer pressure is a bitch. I ain't giving into it.
Oh, he's standing his ground.
Good man. He's standing his ground, 10 toes down, standing on business. I love it. But that's what we're doing here. What'd you say?
I said I don't know. I still think we can get him. We can get make him.
You think it's possible?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think there's still a chance.
We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep
push.
pushing. All right, guys.
I'm sure you guys
We
are
got a
gonna push.
great episode here. Great episode here planned. As we're gonna have our SummerSlam Super Show, and this is gonna be a really great prediction show, guys. SummerSlam feels big. It feels hot. I mean, I have the card in front of me now, and it's gonna be, my God, every match pretty much feels big. And I'm excited for it. I'm most definitely excited for it. Before we really get started, you know, it's been kind of a hot weekend for all of us in a way. It's been a fun weekend for sure. But Hype, I know you was out there. You was out there at some. It was a fest. What was it, man? Tell the household about it. What was you doing?
Oh man, I was out. You know, man, I love my city. I make fun of my city a lot, but like, if you don't love something, why would you make or not make fun of something you love? I mean, that's just my philosophy. But it's to each their own. But yeah, I was out of my city. We have this thing called Brews on Buckeye. It was a big old like big collaborative where a lot of different breweries from around central Indiana came. And you got beer for your admission, right? It was like $50 to get in, and every tent, like you had a little, like, I wish I had it with me right now. You had a little cup, and you just go, and I want this beer, and they'll just pour it for you. And you just keep going. You go there all night, like I keep going and keep going and keep going. It was such a fun night. But there were so many vendors, so many things going on. It was a good time.
It sounds like it was, man. You should send us a few videos and stuff, and when we were in the group chat, and it seemed like it was a great time. Voice, man, what the hell were you doing? Because you was probably on some weird shit.
I love my weird shit, man. I was at Hogwarts.
Can't leave this man alone.
Life you can't leave him alone for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, household, please tell my wife to never leave me for 11 days again. I don't think I'm adult enough for this adventure, but you know, I set up a new studio.
Yeah.
Set up the new studio. I'm really liking it. I thought I wasn't one a little smaller because you know one of the kids needed a bedroom.
Who spray painted your background?
What was that?
Who spray painted your background?
Well, no, yeah, maybe. Who knows? I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that for the next time they see me on here because it might be different. Who knows? Wink, wink. But yeah, I had a great weekend.
Hell yeah, man. You sent us a video of your new studio, and I was like, dang, that looks good. Like, it seemed like you put a lot of work into it, and like I thought it was dope for sure.
Well,
Thank you.
Yeah,
like I said, busy weekend for all of us. Grun was working on Grun's room on Friday. What else did you have moving this past weekend, bro?
Not much else. Just been hanging out. I'm just trying to enjoy my weekend like everyone does.
For sure. No, I totally get that. I 100% get that. I know I was enjoying my weekend. I was out at Wrestle Arch 17 and Indianapolis at the Irving Theater. So right in my own backyard. I was in my city. And man, it was a great night where I got a chance to see a lot of great talent do their thing. I mean, just awesome. If you haven't seen guys like Cavron Canyon or Jeffrey John or Braden Lee. I mean, they had a really great triple threat match that was just so fire. And so much other talents like Eric Dillinger was there. He went up against Brandon Profit. That was a really good match for the AIWF Bear Knuckle Championship. That was great. I got a chance to commentate the main event. It was my commentary debut, so that was awesome. I commentated 3 matches, including the main event with the dead ringer Aaron Williams from Cincinnati, Ohio, against Uncle Q, Apollo Star, the timeless technician. And it was a great match, man. It was a great match for the global open weight championship. So that was awesome. And once again, got a chance to make my commentary debut. I went and got a little food there in the time that I was there over at Smashed Burger right next to the venue, and they have some really good food. So if you ever go to a Wrestle Art show, head on over to Smash Burger. They just celebrated their 1-year anniversary, so that was great. So it was great to be able to go there and be a little bit a part of that and be a part of the show. And man, once again, fun times. I got a chance to link up with P there, of course, the Emerge World Heavyweight Champion and the world's most dangerous podcaster. He was there and hang out. We got some food after and kicked your best friend. Yep. Yeah. And it was fun, man. It was fun being able to see him. And then I worked on a little music. I actually got a single that's going to be coming out here pretty soon. It's called 123, and I was just compelled just to write and do something. And now I'm going to be dropping it here soon and putting it out there for the household to listen to. So check that out when it comes out. But yeah, it seems like we all had pretty busy weekends and did our thing and was able to do something that we enjoy, which is very, very important. Like this life is most definitely too short. Do the stuff that you like to do when you get a chance to do it. And that's exactly why we're here right now, guys, because I love to do stuff like this. Kick it with my homies, talk some wrestling and break some shit down. That's exactly what we're about to do. Are y'all ready to be a part of this Sunday house party?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. All right. So, man, we've been really chronicling everything that's been happening this past week in a real way, y'all, in a real way, because all the episodes that we've been dropping and putting out there for you guys in the household. And you guys have been responding, and we do appreciate that. Now we're about to get into the work right now. So, we got a chance to see this past SmackDown, and we did see the Bloodline, and we saw everything that they're doing. They ended up winning a tag team gauntlet match, and it was Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu who won this match. Before we really get down to the predictions, I think on the next SmackDown they have that championship opportunity. Hype, what was you thinking about the Bloodline now in the tag team mix?
Well, I think it was so we saw where Jacob took over for Tonga Lao, right? And
yeah, because the eye injury.
Because of the eye injury, I thought that was predictable. I thought it was weird that I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was weird that Nick Aldis would come up to them and be like, "Hey, you can't be in this now because you don't have enough people." There, it's the Bloodline. Literally, we add another person every week. Like, how you gonna be like, I don't think you have enough people to compete in a tag team match, even though I'm talking to 4 of you right now. It's very oddly confusing. This is very confusing. Can I be real? Like, my opinion of SmackDown right now is that it's okay, but it's not Raw. And like
Raw's on a different level.
I forget things from SmackDown. I don't really forget things that happen on Raw. Does that make sense?
It does.
Very much so.
Absolutely does. I mean, like, I think I said best. Raw. Look at what Raw's got going on. Raw's got a love triangle between Rhea Ripley, Dominic Mysterio, and Liv Morgan that everyone's got eyes on. Everyone's got eyes on what is Damian Priest and Gunter gonna do. They got eyes on the Wyatt Six. They got eyes on Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn. They got eyes on the entire show. And even the women's division on Raw is starting to get more attention.
Yeah,
SmackDown,
Very true.
unfortunately,
very true.
yeah, and SmackDown, unfortunately, while Cody Rhodes is the undisputed WWE champion, it still unfortunately feels like it's Roman Reigns' show because we're sitting and we're waiting for Roman Reigns to return, and and it seems like that's at the detriment of everyone else on the roster. While DIY has won the tag team titles, look at who's their next contender. Look who they're fighting next week on SmackDown. It's the Bloodline.
Wow. Wow. A lot of great points there. Voice, you want to build on that in any way?
I like what House or what Jones was saying with the Bloodline. Like they could have their own tag tournament inside the Bloodline. I mean,
Yeah.
you have enough people, you could do it. But it is lackluster right now. But I think that's designed because right now Raw has a lot of the hot content, and who knows what SummerSlam is going to bring. SummerSlam could bring a whole new landscape that we see on both shows. SummerSlam has the ability to change a lot of stories and make a turn and then maybe bring us back to it. I really like the Bloodline possibly getting the titles. And I mean, honestly, I think they're going to get the titles. They're going to give it to them. Why wouldn't you? It's a great tag team family to have out there, and plus you get to highlight Jacob Fatu a little more, and people get to see a little more what he can do. And then once you see more what he can do, I want to see him and Braun Breaker go at it. I want to see that. I want to see the aggressiveness of that. But I have a feeling after SummerSlam, SmackDown's going to be more exciting and more memorable for Jones. There's just something that tells me that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think things on the wall, right? Like we're all expecting Roman to return SummerSlam, and
yeah, I am.
He has. It almost feels like he has to at this point. But I'm gonna be real. Like if I'm thinking about like real life Joe guy, maybe he don't want to yet. Like he's had some stuff that's like happened in his life, so like maybe he's not ready to return. And like I need to know, as a wrestling fan and a viewer of SmackDown, right, that it's gonna hit even without that one guy. Like,
Fair.
Yeah, and that's what Raw is showing me right now, because we maybe didn't have every single member of the Judgment Day over the last like 3 months, right? Especially in terms of like Rhea Ripley, but the storyline and everything around the storyline kept me gripped, right?
Yeah.
And let's be real, who's the face of Raw right now?
I mean, there's a lot of faces.
There's a lot of people you could argue.
I was going to say, I
you.
can't just sit up there and say one definitive name. It's been across the board.
And that's kind of bad because, like, who's the face of SmackDown right now?
Cody Rhodes.
Cody. It's just like something's not hitting right now.
I really wish that they would take SmackDown and focus it more on the women's division. Give them like an hour long ability for just to highlight the women. Yeah, it's a 2-hour show. So give them an hour and really highlight them, because I mean, look at the SmackDown, the energy they tried to bring at the beginning of it. They had Jade walking in. She was fired up. She was ready to go. Everybody that they highlighted at the very beginning was trying to elude some excitement. And I really think the women's division over on SmackDown is going to hit way harder right now if you highlight it and make them main events and make consistent main events and consistent feature them throughout the entire 2-hour show.
I think we can definitely. They definitely have the ability to build to putting women in the main events again. I think just right now they don't. They have the ability. They just don't have the momentum.
I think we
That
need
makes
more
sense.
Mi Chin. I think we need to keep
Yeah.
building on Mi Chin. That's
Yes.
one
Yeah.
thing. Like I've been noticing they've been putting her on the show and it's been kind of forming a little bit here and there. I mean, you have great foundational pieces like Bailey, Nia Jax is there, Tiffany Stratton is developing very nicely. Mi Chin is also somebody who they've been kind of lightweight working on. It seems like she's starting to turn it around and really start to get more time. They're working, they have Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. And I'll be honest about that with hey, appreciate you, Luna, coming in and showing some love. But let's to my opinion, like Bianca Belair, and I appreciate the fact that she took a step back, but Bianca Belair doesn't feel as big as she did like even 6 months ago. And I know it's because she's relegated to this tag team with Jade Cargill, and it seems like she's really, floating in the mid card, which is good because she can't stay in the main event the entire time. When she does come back to the main event, it's going to hit different. Even Cena couldn't stay in the main event too long because everybody was like, all right, we're tired of this. And that's when he started going around and started chasing the U.S. title again, as Super Cena. But it just seems like she doesn't hit the star power that she really once had. They're also working on Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. They're doing that. Blair Davenport's they've been developing her as she's starting to work with Naomi. So there's something percolating there, most definitely. And that's how it has to be. We're starting to see women hit it. So they're starting to actually get more screen time and more face time. But because everything is like in its very early stages, that's kind of where it's at. Like their most tenured women's story right now is kind of locked in with Bailey and Nia Jax because of because of the Queen of the Ring ramifications, so there's something definitely percolating there.
I like that story with Nia Jax and Bailey and Tiffany.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best stories that is going on SmackDown right now.
Definitely.
I just think that's kind of weird also. I just feel like we really need to get Cody and the bloodline away from each other in a real way so other real stories can happen. And I know the only way that can happen is, hey, we need to bring Roman in.
Yeah.
But I wish they could find another way without Roman too, because we also need to make Solo as big of a monster as possible, and we're not fully doing that correctly.
Here's my thing, with the whole Solo thing, he's doing what he's doing what he needs to be doing as his character. It makes sense. Like at this stage, with all the destruction that they've caused and everything, it makes sense for them to be wanting the tag titles and wanting the Universal Championship, so they could have absolute power. So they're doing what they need to do, and you can't divert attention away from that unless you bring Roman back. Because what would be the reason that if for whatever reason Solo didn't win the championship at SummerSlam, why wouldn't he just jump Cody again and try to, earn himself another opportunity? He's just going to keep trying. But if you want to take his attention away from the championship, you got to bring Roman in there because he's been calling out Roman basically and saying, I'm the tribal chief. And if Roman Reigns has something to say about it, he could step to me. And so he's basically goading in the confrontation. And that's why it feels like more and more that it's happening at SummerSlam. We're hearing the "we want Roman" chants. People were it's getting hot, it's getting heavy, and SummerSlam feels like the right time because if you don't do it then it's going to be opportunity where Solo is just going to keep going for the championship because he has a very linear focus right now, and that's title power, absolute power. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask this though: what if on SummerSlam we get Hikuleo and he brings a message from Roman? Would that be something to captivate you guys and keep you?
Yes.
Yeah.
100.
Bring me a little bit more of that.
Exactly. So you have
If
somebody
you-
who's coming in.
If you don't want to
new.
bring Roman on, yeah, and
go
if you
ahead.
don't want to bring Roman on TV, then I'm sorry, I'm just saying, like adding to what you're saying. If you don't want to bring Roman on TV, then yeah, you should do something like that.
See, that to me would be because you're bringing in a new guy. You're saying, hey, this is the new bloodline member, but he stops and he's like, hey, I just want to tell you, man, Roman is not happy with you. And he walks off stage.
He's not pleased.
I'm hooked. I'm ready to watch the next SmackDown. That's what I want to see, because now you're adding that element, and plus then it hits on what Jones said, and maybe Roman's not ready to come back, because as soon as he left, didn't he go into a movie?
Yeah,
and then there was
he finished filming like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago.
There was deaths in the family. Like the dude needs time.
Yeah,
and this gives us time. Maybe we have Roman without having Roman.
Yes,
like,
you can do that. That can work.
Saying, give us some intrigue. Give us some more reason why Roman is either going to fuck with Solo a little bit, or like just straight Big Brother in.
Yeah, give us hidden camera videos of a meeting of the Samoans talking about what Solo's doing.
Yeah,
and then Hikuleo introduces
around the
it
campfires.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Now I'm brewing. Come on, call us WWE Trips. We can write for you, dude. Give us the platform.
Paul Heyman returns with Hikuleo.
Ooh, see, that could be good too.
Saying
that
the tribal chief, chief does not approve of what you've been doing. Solo says, "But I'm the tribal chief. Why don't he come speak to me? You're beneath him."
Oh, fire!
6 to midnight right now. Let's go.
So I had a thought. If we did just Hikuleo, that was until Grun had brought in Paul Heyman. But before, I was thinking, man, this is it's their third biggest show as far as like the big four. So behind Royal Rumble and behind WrestleMania. And I'm thinking, man, that's when they get a lot of mainstream viewers. If they roll just Hikuleo out there, would a lot of fans boo-boo on it, because they'd be like, who's this guy? And it's not Roman. But I think that if you have Paul Heyman come out there with Hikuleo, it's going to be like, okay, you add a little name value on there. And, it's not anything against Hikuleo. It's just mainstream fans don't know who he is. You know what I'm saying?
You're perfect on that.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We also have a Jimmy Uso.
Yes.
I mean,
there's that too.
If you have Jimmy Paul come out after Hikuleo enters, people maybe, well, what's going on? Who's this tall mother? Then you see Jimmy and Paul, like, oh, this is bloodline stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You start to connect those dots.
Yeah, Trips.
And they were all sent by Roman.
Weekend.
So you guys remember I was calling like Roman to not debut back until like closer to October, because I mistakenly thought that was around when the Netflix deal was supposed to happen, or Netflix was supposed to move to Netflix. Can't remember if I know there's been some things that happened that have changed that, but like I still expect him around that time, very much closer to War Games, very much closer to like not debuting, us not seeing him until it's probably in a War Games match. If that makes sense.
No, that makes sense.
It does.
It makes sense. Like I said, if he needs more time, give him more time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely feel like that's a thing. OG Tony's asking if we'd be shocked. If so, I'd be shocked. I would definitely be shocked.
Very shocked.
Most definitely.
I wouldn't buy it.
I would not expect that at all. I would not expect that in the slightest bit. There's still a real chance that Randy turns on Cody. I still think that's in play. I don't know if they're going to do it at SummerSlam.
I think that's a plan.
I think something is going to happen with the bloodline at SummerSlam. If it's not Roman, it's going to be something. And like, I don't know if you want to put that many moving parts into that match where it's like, oh, Cody comes and turns, Randy comes and turns on Cody, then he leaves, and then something happens with the bloodline and blah blah blah. And it seems like it'd be like putting a hat on a hat. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, we want this turn to be memorable, but also we're gonna literally bring Roman back or something like 2 minutes after it. And
It
like
would
they
be
kind of did
it'd
something
be
like that with Randy Orton's return and CM Punk
yes.
at Survivor Series last year, putting a hat on a hat. And I mean, sometimes it works, but I don't know, because like really, like I don't think about Randy's return from SummerSlam. I just think about Punk's. So I don't know what the plan is there, but something could definitely happen, you know?
Very true. And like you said, the hat on the hat, wouldn't that get us to the 6-pack challenge that we had back in the day?
Oh, the
The Hell in a
6-pack
Cell
challenge.
6-pack challenge. You guys remember that? That was
I love that. I do
at the
remember
Yeah.
that.
time we were wondering how could they pack so many stars into one story, and
Yeah.
then it paid off, and it was a really fun match. And we got Luna jumping in here. Her and Viking Storm, a great friend of the show, they
Awesome.
met Hornswoggle last night and took some pictures with him. Yeah, and when he came around, he remembered her.
That's
And
awesome.
said her name out while he was making his entrance. I just wanted to highlight the household talking.
Hell yeah.
We also got Roger coming in. If the bloodline is pulled off Cody, then you have time's up for
Have to line up what's next. No,
yeah.
he has to line up what's next for Cody. Yeah, that's true. He's right. That is very true.
Hey,
I think you could do a multi-match story with Cody and Randy. First match, it's purely student versus mentor, and maybe after that match is when, after Randy loses, that's when he gets pissed off and RKO's Cody out of nowhere. Where when Cody goes to shake his hand and share a moment with him, because that would be a Randy Orton thing to do.
I think, if you guys remember a couple weeks ago, Randy said to Cody, "Hey, I got your back. People are just going to start coming to you, even after this bloodline thing. People are going to start keep coming to you, and I got your back." I think he's going to have his back for a while, through his next challengers, and we're going to see like a more of a relationship, which I think that's what I'm asking for is more of a story for Cody and Randy is a natural move, but give me a story that like is not obvious, not the most obvious, you know.
Yeah.
Give me directions that aren't the most
Viper's gonna hit you, man.
so let the snake. He's gonna coil until he wants to strike, and
Do that.
Yeah.
Hey, a lot of good points here, and we're getting hot and heavy here with this great episode here, this SummerSlam Sunday Super Show. It's a house party, y'all, and we appreciate you guys joining us out there. We got a great group joining us right now, but also we are on X, we are on Twitch, we have some Twitch interaction, Facebook, YouTube, and then later we'll be on the podcast version that's going to be on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So we're going to get into some predictions. I just want to talk about that tag team situation. It really sparked up a good conversation as far as the booking of SmackDown and what can be done, but we'll definitely talk more SmackDown in the later time. Now we have to talk about SummerSlam, and I want to start it here with it, man, so much championships on the line. The Undisputed Championship, World Heavyweight, WWE Women's Championship, Women's World Heavyweight Championship, United States Championship, Intercontinental Championship, and then, of course, a blood feud with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. And that's exactly where we're going to start, is CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Seth Rollins is the special guest referee. I'm going to bring it around here and ask my man, Hype, what are you thinking, man? What do you think is going to happen in this match? This is the first match here that we're going to talk about. Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, special guest referee.
Yo, it's about to be chaos. That match is about to be just that match is going to be just two grown men fighting, because y'all see the social media stuff that Drew McIntyre is doing, whether it's taking pictures with Jungle Boy or what was the other one?
Oh my God.
I just saw something this morning and I was just like, oh my God, Drew. Like, oh my God. I hope y'all just fight and use real glass.
So what are you thinking, man? What are you thinking?
As far as winner?
Yeah.
The fans.
and happening.
All of us. All of us. All of us.
We know that.
All of us
We
have
know
that.
that.
That's what I
That's
think.
for sure
That's what I
happening. That's for sure happening. It's a prediction show. Prediction.
I cannot. No, I don't know. I don't think there's going to be an actual end to this match because Seth Rollins is the referee. It says Seth Rollins is going to call it however he wants to call it, and Seth Rollins has beef with both of them.
Yeah, he does.
And so, I genuinely, I don't see an end to this match. I see a beginning to a triple threat that was three guys just feuding over, hey, I don't fucking like you. I don't fucking like you, and I don't fucking like you. And eventually we'll get a decision, but I don't think it's coming today or next week.
Oof,
genuinely.
That's crazy. Okay, all right. So we think we get some kind of a no contest-ish type ending.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
all right. All right, we're starting it out hot. I like that. Voice, what do you think, man? What do you think could happen in this match?
Well, I definitely see where Jones is coming from. I mean, the build to this match has been absolutely fantastic. Just when you thought with the whole turmoil with Drew's contract back months ago, and if he's even going to sign with WWE, where's he going? What's happening? And then we get him in this, Drew screwing over Drew. How many times is he going to get in his own way? And then you have the ultimate antagonist, CM Punk, coming in, and it's like, I like that. I like that very much because that gives Drew the ability to show why he signed with WWE and why he is a top performer for them. And then now you've added Seth freaking Rollins into it, and I just love that dude. I can see him screwing over both guys, but I don't know if they're gonna go that route. They may have him screw over one guy out of this, and then that builds for the three-way. I don't know, man. I think I see Drew winning this though. I really do, and I think it's going to be more of a. Yeah, I think Drew's going to come away with this because I think it's time for him to get a win of some importance for his build, his story, his the presence he's bringing. And I could also see Seth accidentally doing something to Pierce if he gets involved in this because Pierce is the fourth member of this feud going on. I mean, Jones has alluded to him. Adam's been getting in the way a lot, and
he's also he has Firefly stuff to deal with, and with the six. I think he's the mailman. I think he has involvement in this, but he has other involvement.
Postman Pierce. Okay.
Yeah, Postman Pierce, bro.
Postman Pierce. But yeah, ultimately, I think Drew walks away with the win. I think it's a great match. Like Jones said, everybody wins in this one. It's going to be so fun for the fans.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree with you there. I mean, this whole show is, once again, pretty much every match is a title match except for one. I mean, there's just a lot of moving parts in this for sure. Grun, what do you think, man? What do you think about this match and all the happenings?
This is probably one of the best matches, and not taking anything away from any of the other matches. This is one of the best booked matches on this card. This is gonna be one hell of a show. Oh, I think, I mean, Seth Rollins is gonna give his rules for the match on Raw tomorrow night, which is gonna be, I want it. I want to hear him say you have to do a dance number before you can enter the ring. Just
he's gonna say some weird stuff.
Try and rile them up. I can definitely agree that Drew is due for a win, a big win. I am going to go with CM Punk, find some way to ruin it. And because I think Drew is going to do what Drew does best, and that is Drew screws Drew. He pisses off Seth to the point where Seth is like, do you know what? Fine, I'm going to fast count your ass and give CM Punk the win.
You know what?
That's interesting.
You know what? That was pretty much where I was going. My pick is also CM Punk. I just think Drew's gonna screw Drew, and it's a perfect line of behavior that we've seen, continuous behavior from Drew McIntyre where he's self sabotaging. He's gonna piss Seth Rollins off to where Seth Rollins is gonna be like, you know what, fuck you, buddy. And honestly, I think we could also lead to a triple threat match at some point between these three men. I mean, do we want to do it at Survivor Series? Maybe it could main event Bad Blood, since Bad Blood is going to be a B pay-per-view and they have bad blood between the three men, so it'd be perfect there if they if they wanted to do that. Huge. I mean, a lot of possibilities. But yeah, I do see CM Punk finally coming out and picking up his first WWE victory since he debuted at Survivor Series. Holy hell!
Wow.
but it's crazy. Yeah, he's been with the company for almost a year and has not. He's been a part of matches with Royal Rumble, but he hasn't won anything. But he also hasn't really lost anything either. So we'll see how that goes. And that's definitely going to be interesting. That match has been a blood feud and one of the best parts of Monday Night Raw. But another thing that's been one of the best parts of Monday Night Raw, and I know that Grun's going to agree with me here in a big way, and that's Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker has been one of my favorites right now, hands down. Anytime he's doing anything, I stop what I'm doing and I'm paying attention to Braun Breaker. Period, point blank. He's one of my favorites, and he has another opportunity for the Intercontinental Championship against champion Sami Zayn. It's going to be a great match, and because they had a great match at Money in the Bank. Hype, what do you think's happening in this match?
Oh, Braun Breaker is coming away. Right, there's no way Braun Breaker does not destroy Sami Zayn. We've been calling this and getting it wrong for a while, and there's no way that he does not destroy Sami Zayn. Like, I'm gonna call bad booking if he does not destroy Sami Zayn. This is one of the guaranteed lock title switches that I have for this card. And like, he has to come away.
Yeah. I think I feel like we're all going to be on the same boat on this one, but I also have to give everybody their time to talk for sure. Voice, what do you think, man? Who's coming away in this match?
I agree. I think it's going to be Braun, but I also want to say Solo, watch Braun Breaker, because that's the monster you need to be. Braun Breaker is breaking people.
Okay.
Braun Breaker is making people afraid to get in the ring with him. I mean, what do you do on Monday? Dragunov had to leave the match.
Yeah.
And
There was
Braun
a match
just stood in
stoppage.
there. Yeah. He stood in there laughing at him like, what is this? We're wrestlers. What are you doing? So there's your monster. What I'm just going back to what Hype talked about at the opening of the show with Solo needing to be a monster. We need that monster. Take notes.
Yeah.
Watch tape. It's easy. He's the monster.
He is a wrecking ball, bro. I love watching everything that he does. Grun, I know you're in the same boat as far as being a huge Braun Breaker guy. What do you think happens in this match? As if I don't know what you're going to say.
Sammy dies. Sammy dies at the hands of
man.
Braun Breaker. And like, just I'm thinking Braun Breaker versus Braun Strowman, Braun Breaker versus Bronson Reed. Not because their names are Braun, but because these are big, burly, meaty men taking on Breaker's a big dude, but he's not as muscular.
Yeah.
He's leaner, and I think that makes him more dangerous than Braun Strowman, than these much bigger guys. Like, seeing him take on these bigger guys down the line, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love everything that Braun Breaker does. I truly do. And for that reason, it's not hard to agree with you guys here. Braun Breaker, this feels right. If they didn't give it to him at Money in the Bank, they went ahead and now that I look back at it, him losing at Money in the Bank was a good thing, just because for a couple reasons. Here's why: because he doesn't need to have a streak attached to him. I don't think that he needed that. And second, they want to give him the Intercontinental Championship at a Big Four pay-per-view. They want to do it at one of the Big Four to make the moment even bigger. And I think that that's smart. I think they know what they have with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is not, he's running heel right now, but he could easily be just a baby face without even saying baby face things, like a badass baby face, kind of like a Stone Cold Steve Austin. Because you hear him in the crowd doing the who.
Yeah.
People are already
Oh, yeah.
like just genuinely, like organically getting behind him. So like
Can I
Braun
give a
Breaker is a
perfect
huge.
bad example? Like, just like y'all remember Ryback when people liked him?
Yeah.
Yep.
It was just because he was that guy that went out, did work, and destroyed people, and like people got behind that. And I see voice, I see you shaking your head, but like there was a
I know
group
what you
of
mean.
people. There was a group of people out there that just dig that, and like
Oh, yeah.
that's very easy to tap into that segment of people. Very, very easy. So, like you said, Con, he could be a face at any time.
Yep, for sure. And I think he's somebody who could be in 2-3 years time, somebody that you can get behind as one of the faces of your company.
Easy.
So I definitely see him as top guy status very, very soon, very soon. And I think that this is a great foundation for him right now to win the Intercontinental Championship. So I think we're all in agreement there. And that's going to be a great match. That's going to create moments and possibly even a top guy coming out of it. And I want to stay there with somebody who, we feel like's been top guy adjacent, somebody who could possibly be a top guy, but we're looking to see what we could do with him, especially with as hot as he was in the last year. And that's LA Knight. LA Knight is going to be facing up against Logan Paul for the United States Championship. Logan Paul has had the championship for 200 plus days.
Wow.
And really, he has proven to be a champion who he doesn't defend the title a lot. I think this is only going to be like his third title defense, but he does like promote that championship and takes it around with him. And you still need a guy like that for sure. So, Hype, what are you thinking, man? Who's going to come out of this match? It's set. The collision is going to happen at SummerSlam. Logan Paul defends the United States Championship against LA Knight. Who do you got?
Just real quick, Logan Paul has had the U.S. title for has already surpassed 260 days, and some of the top names on that list of title reigns are MVP with 343 days, and Dean Ambrose with 351 days. And look, this may be an unpopular opinion, and I don't dislike LA Knight. I think he's great. But I don't think he's winning this match. I don't see a title change in the U.S. title. I think we continue to see Logan Paul hold that title. We may see him hold that title till he is done with the WWE, which I assume it will probably be in the next couple of years. I would assume, unless he re-signs a contract or whatever. But like, he'll have that for a while, bro. It's such good marketing. Dude was with the former president here lately. I think they're going to continue to milk that. And that's not a dig at LA Knight. I think he's great. Yeah. But I don't think he has this. And I don't think this is the title change at SummerSlam. So
Okay. So we got one for Logan Paul keeping the championship. The match is going to be great. I mean, I just think they're going to put on a banger.
yeah.
I think there's possibility with every match just being an absolute banger. And it's honestly going to be fun to see. Like Hype said, if anybody's winning out of this, it's definitely going to be the fans. But Voice, who do you got in this specific match? Logan Paul and LA Knight, United States Championship is on the line.
Well, the reality is that I agree with Roger here and Jones. I really think they're going to keep it on Logan Paul. It just makes sense. But what I want is an LA Knight victory, a championship. I want him to have that because he's been doing such great work for us as fans and giving us some really good entertainment. The last bad match he had, and I know I hate to say it, but it was the Mountain Dew blackout match. That pitch black match, whatever. That wasn't the best match. But ever since then, he hasn't really had lulls in his runs and what he's showing the fans, what he can do. His name's out there. He's still getting chants. People are still saying his catchphrase. It's the new what. So like, I want that. But the reality of it is Logan Paul is he was a diamond in the rough, and they found that diamond, and he caught fire. And if you want to make money and you want to do what's best for business, you keep it on Logan Paul for however long you think it. I really hope it's not like a 2-year run or things like that.
Oh, dear
But
God.
if you choose to do that, the writing team can write to that and still make it entertaining. So the fans win in this one, but I think Logan Paul gets the win, but it's going to be a fantastic match.
Most definitely. I agree with that. It's going to be a great match, and it's between two guys that are, I mean, they're both considered megastars in their own way, and I just feel like this is a great feud. These two have been great for each other. I really, really have loved it. But Grun, what do you think is going to happen in this match? Logan Paul defends against LA Knight United States Championship.
Damn. I was all for LA Knight, but with what you guys were saying, what Roger was saying, like, yeah, I could see them move Logan to Raw, at least for a little bit just for the Netflix deal. That would definitely I think that would definitely entice Netflix to maybe take quickly jump to the 10-year deal. I'm honestly just to be different, I'm gonna go LA Knight. I have no I was confident in them picking LA Knight. Now I don't know. So thank you guys. You have made me unsure of myself.
We've been still doubt. Okay,
I feel like
all
you should
right.
have known.
So
I haven't been on the LA Knight train for a while. He kind of fell
No.
off to me. So like I feel like you should have known this.
I should have, yeah.
so now it's me, LA Knight and Logan Paul. And you guys have been making great points. Hype and Voice, you guys have been making great points. But there's a lot of great points that have been made by all three of y'all as well. I think that Grun makes a great point in saying that we could see Logan Paul go over to Monday Night Raw for the Netflix deal and see him there. And for reasons like that, I don't think Logan Paul's winning. I don't think Logan Paul's going to be the United States champion coming out of SummerSlam. I think it's going to be LA Knight because LA Knight will be able to benefit from that championship. And I think that when Logan Paul goes to Monday Night Raw and Netflix, I think that Logan Paul needs to be a future world heavyweight champion on Monday Night Raw with Netflix. I'm saying it. He's not a mid-carder. He's a main eventer. Put that world heavyweight championship on that man during a Netflix and see how people respond to it. Tell me how people respond to it.
People are
I
going to
bet you
erupt.
it gets a response. They're going to erupt. I'm sorry, but I think there's a bigger story to be told with Logan Paul that does not involve the United States Championship. It involves him in the main event picture. I think that he's going to take the L to LA Knight on SummerSlam, and we're going to see him go off to much, much bigger and better things.
Could I get just throw this out here? He keeps U.S. title. He goes to Netflix with new U.S. title. In that time, somewhere around there, Seth ends up with World Heavyweight Championship. Logan challenges Seth and then stands in front of Seth as U.S. champion and World Heavyweight champion, mirroring Seth.
That's a possibility too. That's a possibility as well. I don't know if they want to go that route. So I'm gonna stand on the fact because that's a little bit less likely to happen. Even though it would be great, I would be there for it. I think it's more likely that we could see him go there and become world heavyweight champion. I think that he can hold that championship, and I think that it's not like I'm not saying that he couldn't hold the universal championship. But that's their more tenured championship, and I think that they're gonna save that for guys that they're like see a little bit differently. So not saying that he could never test that championship, but also the world championship is going to be the one that's going to be out in front of the world on Netflix. That one's going to have a little bit more eyes on it at the time. And I think Logan Paul could hold that championship and really be a great champion for a long time on that brand.
I dig it.
Yeah, that's
So
Yeah.
that's a
that's
good
my
point.
thoughts. That's just my thoughts. I don't see him as a mid card guy. I see him as a eventual main event, and he's shown that he can have main event style matches. Most definitely, he's holding his own in promos. He's developing quite nicely, to be honest. So yeah, that's definitely what I see. And ahead of us is going to be more matches. We still have quite a few matches to talk about, but before we do that, before we get to a second half of our episode, we're going to take a break. We're going to pay a few bills here. And when we do come back, we're going to continue our SummerSlam Super Show.
Hey guys, it's your boy, the director, Howse of In Your House, and I'm here to let you know about a small business that produces beard products and also supports small stage, independent, professional wrestling stars. It's called Ring Master Beard Company. Try one of their several scents, beard oils, balms, or mustache wax, and keep your beard looking and feeling sweet. Purchase your favorite wrestlers or personalities' personalized scent, and they receive a portion of each sale. And with that being said, don't forget to pick up a bottle of the Director in Alakan House Special. Your boy, a blend of eucalyptus, mint, and tea tree oil. Have your beard feeling fresh, have your beard feeling smooth, just like your boy, the Director. Follow Ringmaster Beard Company on Twitter and Instagram at Ringmaster Beard, or on their Facebook page, and that is Ringmaster Beard Company. Check it out. Get your beard cream, hit your beard with that. Because sometimes being a master in the ring means mastering your beard.
Hey, what is up, y'all? Welcome back to In Your House. So we're going to continue this bad boy, this great episode with my guys over here. And we're going to go to the next match here. And this is a match that has been highly featured on Monday Night Raw. We talked about wanting to see more we talk about wanting to see more focus on the women's division, but let's talk about the fact that there's high focus on the women's division. Even if it's the storyline, if it's a love triangle storyline, this is very high stakes between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. I mean, it just really is. It's really great to see that this is going on. Hype, what are you thinking about this match? What do you think is going to happen on one of the biggest stories coming out on Monday Night Raw?
Well, I think we're finally going to see, the world is finally going to see, the world is finally going to realize that Rhea Ripley is a heel. She is a bad person. She's been doing bad things, and I don't understand why everybody's cheering her, bro. I don't understand why poor Liv got drug into this, and like I don't understand like why people are hating on her. I don't understand half this stuff, bro. Like she kidnapped Dominic Mysterio. Hey, this is how all this started. Liv is trying to save him.
The way your mind works, bro.
Bro, Liv is Captain Sabacholo. I hope no. I can see
that.
Wow.
So who you got in the match, man? Who you got in the match, all man, right, with your crazy ass self? Who you got?
Look, I think Liv is winning. Liv is retaining this title by hook or by crook. She is retaining this title. She may have to she may have to be the good bad guy in this match. But she is going to retain this title, and hopefully she saves Dominic Mysterio.
She's like, save my boy, save him. All right, man. All right, Voice, what you think? Who you got? You know the vibes here. It's one of the biggest stories on Monday Night Raw going right now. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, World Women's Championship. What you think?
I think right now, Jones and Roger both live in this weird world where they think Liv Morgan is not the bad guy in this whole thing. Rhea Ripley is mommy. She's top lady of the WWE. It doesn't matter what she does. First off, Dom's an adult, so it's not kidnapping. She abducted him, and he was willing. He became okay with it. So let's not mix things here. Let's not make Dom the victim. But I mean, Jones is out here making a sewer rat have sympathy. I mean, come on, Liv Morgan, boo.
Damn.
Stay away. Go somewhere else. Find something else to do. Because mommy needs her title back. She needs Dom to fall in line. And the Judgment Day just needs to realize that with mommy at the steering the ship, you're gonna always win. So I think Rio does get the win. I think the build for Liv to be the person seeking the title, especially against Rhea, and being the antagonist in that story is where your money's at with that one.
Hey, I could definitely see a reality where that could happen just because mommy is back. And once again, she is one of the faces of the company, period. I mean, you want to say women's face of the company? Okay, that's cool. But she's one of the faces of the company, period. So we could definitely see that. But Grun, what do you think is going to happen? Big match Phil here with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship.
I think I'm gonna make some enemies because I think I'm gonna go back on what I was originally thinking. This is SummerSlam. This is big.
Come on.
This is big, and I can't think of a bigger thing to happen than Dom. He has finally got the crowd on his side into after Raw. So what could be the next big move for him? Liv influences him one more time on Raw, and this time she finally gets him, and he turns on Rhea.
Dude, you don't even realize it, but you just talked yourself into a head tattoo. You're going to be getting one. Jones is going to talk you into one. So good luck. Have fun with flames on your head.
Talk me into the head tattoo. That is
yo, flames on his head would be
that would be sick.
Yo,
sick.
Yo, and that's a good segue to remind y'all to make sure to watch the ECW watch-alongs that Howse and Voicemail. Bro.
Awesome episode.
This past week we just watched Bam Bam Bigelow, who also had flames on his head,
and he looked fucking cool. He looked cool.
Yes, he did.
I'm not Bam Bam Bigelow though.
You took a sip of the Kool-Aid, bro.
Yeah. You aren't him yet, but what could be?
You can become him.
See, this is where it starts. You side with Jones on something so ridiculous as Dom turning on Rhea.
Hey, Grant, you like Kool-Aid?
No, I ain't drinking the damn Kool-Aid. Hell no.
Y'all know why my name is Jones, right?
Yo.
Oh, I
do.
We love it.
Oh dear God,
we love it. We love my man here. We love it. Oh man.
I mean, look, I would be heartbroken if Rhea did lose, but at the same time, like this, they have built this up to be a huge SummerSlam, biggest SummerSlam in years. So it's like I can't see them not doing some really big, unexpected moves.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And I've been talking about myself and Annie O'Neill talked about it on the Raw deal when we did That's True, That Might Be True, or That's Ridiculous, and we talked about it. I think there's a bigger story to be told with Dominic Mysterio screwing over mommy and siding with Liv Morgan. And then we're going to, I promise, because I love Rhea Ripley, love her. I'm with you, man. If I'm building a wrestling company around and my options are Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, I'm picking Rhea Ripley 10 out of 10 times. 10 out of 10 times, because you could build a wrestling company around her. But I definitely see her becoming a bigger star from overcoming the adversity of finally feeling like I own Dom, and then when Dom screws her over, he could say, "You didn't own me. I'm my own man." And Liv values me, and she sees me as Daddy Dom. You saw me as somebody who was subbing to you, but I'm not a sub. I'm a Dom now. Which wouldn't that would make him a switch, wouldn't it? He'd be a switch.
Oh, he would be a switch. He would be a switch. I just, you know what? The thought of other people owning people just takes me back to not good times. And see, that's why Rhea's a heel.
He's like, point proof it.
Damn. Damn, he went there.
Jones, I can't go any further into this subject.
Yeah. What you got to say? No. You can say it.
No, I cannot. I don't drink your Kool-Aid, buddy.
He's like, I'm not doing it.
But I
Say that
pass
shit.
on your Kool-Aid, okay?
Oh God. But we do got to move on here, y'all. We're having a good time here. Hope you guys are having a great time too on this great SummerSlam Super Show. But we got to keep it moving here because we have another huge women's championship match with a lot of big ramifications here. And this story has been greatly built, honestly, in my opinion. Yes. With them utilizing the King and Queen of the Ring tournament to build some of their matches. Yo, I love what they did with the King of the Ring tournament. We were very protective over we like the way they're doing it, but if it doesn't mean anything, well, guess what? We're still feeling the effects of the King of the Ring tournament, and we're gonna see that come to fruition next Saturday as we have the Queen of the Ring. Queen Nia Jax is going to be going up against champion Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship. Jones, my brother, where are you at on this match?
Oh, Nia winning, right? Like Nia's winning, and so that we can set up her and Tiffany. Like that has to be the route, right? Because Tiffany's hot. Her Nia and Bayley, and let me throw a Naomi in there, are really what's cooking in the SmackDown women's division. Plus, it's a great solid group, and I see mostly a triangle of a story. But I think we get a good sprinkle of Naomi in there as well. But I see Nia winning, and then we see a story between Tiffany and Nia really start cooking.
Yeah, I like that. I can definitely see reality where that happens. Man, I'm loving to see the progression of Tiffany Stratton. She's been one of the greatest talents to see built on SmackDown so organically and getting over in such a great way. Voice, what do you think, man? You love you some Nia Jax. I know you do, man, and for good reason. But she's gonna be going up against Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship. Who's gonna come out of it, the champ or the queen?
I really think it's Nia. I mean, she's done such great work since all the hate that came her way, and some of it may be justified, but she did the work. She did everything that we asked her to do, and now she is still a huge moment in SmackDown. And her with Tiffany Stratton, I think you're really, that's the story to build around, like Jones was alluding to. I really like it. I think that gives Bayley a little time to take a break because Bayley's been going heavy for a while. So we could get Bayley that break, and then that introduces Naomi into the mix even more so. So I think all around you're gonna get a great story build in the SmackDown's women division, and I think it's time for Nia to take her place at the top and be the main draw. It's just she's phenomenal. I mean, she's really doing some great work in ring, outside the ring. Her and Tiffany are really clicking, and I think this is going to be an awesome thing. And Grun, I'm pretty sure you alluded to it a couple episodes ago where you said that you would like to see Nia get the championship and then kind of letting Tiffany be like, oh yeah. You're next. Don't worry, you're next. And then just keep pushing it off. And I kind of like that play. That stuck in my mind when you brought it up.
And I honestly like what you were saying there as far as this unique path of Nia Jax. Like everything that Nia's been doing and her turning everything around, it to me it feels like a good time to do it. And I also like the fact that we can go ahead and give Bailey opportunity to maybe rest a little bit or maybe take a little time off or something. And then Naomi, who, well, we talked about before in the past voice, what does Naomi do? She picks up victories quietly and then boom, she kind of raises her stock as a contender. And once again, Naomi is just staying in that lane, staying with what works for her. And boom, I think that around the corner, we are going to see her in that title mix again. But Grun, what do you think, man, as far as this next match here, WWE Women's Championship? Bailey, Nia Jax, who do you got?
I can definitely see Nia Jax winning. I can kind of see Bailey winning. In the whatever they make, it's going to be, the purpose is going to be to build the friendship of Nia and Tiffany for them to split, and then Tiffany cashes in on whoever's the women's champion at the time. I'm actually gonna go with Bailey. I think Bailey wins, but I don't think we should be surprised if Tiffany decides to give us one more surprise before SummerSlam is over.
Damn.
Ooh, are you calling for a cash in?
Maybe. Because we could definitely, I think we could definitely see that Nia beats Bailey down hard, and Tiffany cashes in. Tiffany looks at Nia. She's scared because she just basically stole Nia's championship, but Nia raises her hand because Nia had already lost the match. So Nia's like, you know what? It's cool. You didn't cash in on me. We still took it off Bailey.
Oh, you got some hype?
What if Tiffany Stratton probably shocks all of you, and she sacrifices her Money in the Bank briefcase by cashing it in, making the match triple threat, and lets Nia win?
Oh, but what would be the point of that? Why would you do that?
The women's Money in the Bank cash in success rate is 100%.
Yeah,
True,
they did bring that up.
Yeah.
It has been a brought up fact, but also like I think people see Tiffany in the wrong light. I think she actually wants to learn and help Nia and be helped by Nia, or at least this version of Tiffany does. And later on, she's probably gonna go for the throat, but I don't think that's yet. So like I think we see a softer side of both Nia and Tiffany. I see them being faces sooner rather than later, but my mind works weird. So
I
that's
can see it working.
Yeah,
people were turning around on Nia, and people just naturally like Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah,
very true.
Thank you. Yes,
she is a fun time. I mean, Tiffany Stratton knows how to bring
Tiffy time.
Yeah, I mean, I was against her at first, and then you guys kept talking about her, so I'm like, give her a chance, and she's won me over.
For sure.
Probably Nia, though.
She's a great talent. I mean, I love this rise from Nia Jax, because let's face it, like Nia Jax, she's entertaining. I'm sorry, but Nia Jax just is. Like,
she is.
The BBL Bailey line, that was a great line. And then during the pandemic era, before she was released, when she had tried to do the leg drop on the apron, and she went viral for my hole, and like it just all this stuff that Nia does, she knows how to entertain. Like Nia Jax is literally a great time. Like, oh, here we go. All right, back again. If you guys hear that in the background, BBL Drizzy, they brought in BBL Bailey. But my point's proven though. Like, she's entertaining, she's fun,
Very true.
and I honestly, and for all those reasons, I think that it's Nia Jax's time. I want to see Nia Jax win that championship. I think there's definitely a story to tell where, like, she has Tiffany, who's going to be like, "Oh no, I'm not going to cash in on you. Don't worry." Well, during her title reign, but all the while, Tiffany's like plotting on her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's a long-term story to be told there. So I think Nia Jax is going to win. I think Bailey can fall back a little bit. She deserves it. She more than deserves it, to a little bit of time off. And let's let Nia run with it. I want to see Nia do it. Let's roll. I'm here for it. And I want to see that happen most definitely, because I think that the king and queen of the ring should mean something, and somebody should win something from it to at least make it feel like, hey, they could say something in the future like, hey, King of the Ring has produced past WWE champions such as Nia Jax, such as Gunther, but it's just helps the prestige, and I'm gonna keep it there. I brought up his name. That's going to bring up our next match as the champion, Damian Priest, El Champion, who I think is really just coming into his own in a big way. And I love to see it. He's going to be defending up against Gunther for what I feel like is, in the future, I'll just say right now, probably going to be the more important championship within the next year, and that's the World Heavyweight Championship. Jones, who do you got, bro? Do you got Damian Priest or Gunther coming out as World Heavyweight Champion?
So, like I was alluding to earlier with the Logan Paul, him moving to Raw, where the World Championship is, and somehow it going in the hands of Seth Rollins eventually. And my reasoning for that is because I see Damian Priest coming out of this as champion. I see him overcoming Gunther, and I've been saying this for a while. I think Gunther is going to be have to overcome challenges that he didn't necessarily see. I think this is a good opportunity for Vici to come back during SummerSlam and possibly cause a stir up. But I see Damian Priest retaining, and then later on granting Seth Rollins yet another rematch, as he said he can challenge after Gunther, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, it's a good thought. I like that thought, and it's most definitely realistic. I think Damian Priest does have a good chance, because like I said, Damian Priest is really growing into that champion role in a real way, and I'm loving to see his maturity as a champion come in real time. It's really awesome to see him become a face of the company. Voice, who do you think is going to come out of this match? Is it going to be Gunther, or do you think we see the continuation of the growth of Damian Priest as champion?
I mean, personally, I really think that you stick with Damian Priest, because he is just really becoming an overall character that you want, a personality that you want, because he's bringing a lot of newer faces to this title run. He's proving himself, and he still has things to prove. He has to prove that he can do this without any bit of the Judgment Day. And what way to do that is over a monster like Gunther. And Gunther, I want him to have that trials, the tribulations. I want him to struggle, because I think with his demeanor, the way he carries himself, and you going into this Raw Netflix deal, that's what you need. You need a guy of that size that is trying to come back up from losing to Damian Priest, and his opportunity to be the man that he has proclaimed, the man that he has shown us, and then to see him fall that far down and then maybe rise up in the Netflix deal, where we focus on his story, his rise to get that championship, and the emotion that it will bring out of him that we may have never seen with Gunther. And to me, that's how you build his character. That's how you keep that character interesting. You keep it away from your regular Vince's big men and how you produce them in a story. You give us something new and you give us something fresh. And Gunther is the man to be able to carry that torch.
Hey, I like that. I like that. That's a good thought. I love Gunther. I think his growth and development has been great, especially specifically through the WWE system. Whether we're talking, his time with WWE UK or NXT or even with the main roster, they've taken real good care of his character, and he's been developed in such a way where he hasn't been made to look like a joke. And that's something that I think a lot of people was worried about when he came to the main roster. So, Grun, what do you think, man? Who do you think is coming out of this thing? El Champion or the Ring General, the King of the Ring, Gunther?
I'm going with El Campeon on Damian Priest. I do believe that this is I agree with everything that's been said. The bigger story is Gunther having to fight back. And I keep coming back to Damian Priest has been challenged by Gunther to teach him something. Well, I think Damian Priest is about to teach him what you can't learn growing up the way Gunther grew up. You can only learn growing up on the streets, growing up having to fight, scratch and claw for everything you have. Damian Priest has done that, and now he's going to show why he is the rightful world heavyweight champion.
I like it. I like
I
it,
like
man.
Grun.
Grun in a different bag. I love it when he does that.
Yeah.
I do. It's great stuff, man. I think once again, I've been a fan of Damian Priest for a long time. Even back in his Punishment Martinez days, the Ring of Honor run and stuff like that. He's just been on a different trajectory. It's great to see somebody like
Big
that. Like,
Damo days.
What? Say again.
The big Damo days.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
I love it, and it's great to see everything that he's become. But man, I got to stand on business here, because the one thing we haven't talked about is all the crazy things going on with the Judgment Day. I still think that Finn Balor is an element in there somewhere, something, somehow, something could happen with that. I'm going with Gunther. I think Gunther is going to come out as the champion. Gunther is going to be the world heavyweight champion. And I think that he will be the world heavyweight champion moving into the Netflix deal. And I think that there could be a story to be told if they could hold it off that long, where you could see Seth Rollins versus Gunther at the Royal Rumble. And I would definitely like to see that. I think I think that could be top match potential there. Gunther going in as champion. But we're gonna have to see, wait and see. But as far as this one goes, I definitely think that there is a story to be told with Damian Priest and him separating himself from Judgment Day. And I think that when I see Damian Priest and when I see Rhea Ripley, I see two stars that are on the same trajectory, that are transitioning from two top heels to two top baby faces. So with that being said, I think that there could be a story to be told where he's like, dang, I let all this drama with my family cost me my championship. Now I got to climb back to the top on my own, scratch and claw to the top on my own, as by myself, because everybody said, oh, that first title run, you was protected. That first title run, you didn't show who you really were. Well, guess what? When I climb back to the top and I get this championship the second time, everybody is going to know that Damian Priest can stand on his own 2 feet, do it all on his own. And I think we're going to see a different story be told as we see a Damian Priest title run for the second time as his own man, standing on his own 2 feet. And that's when we're going to really see Damian Priest get unleashed in a different way. So that's my thoughts on it as far as that goes. The World Heavyweight Championship, I think it changes hands, and there's going to be a different story to be told with the trajectory of Damian Priest. But with that being said, we got to move on to our main event here and get that talked about. And that is a story that we feel like there's somebody else that this story is nothing against Solo personally or anything like that, but like it don't the SummerSlam match Solo Sikoa, he still don't feel like a top guy to me, even though they've been trying to build him in that way. And I think that's the story that they're telling us, that he's kind of pushed himself in that way. But I'm going to give my Florida hype here. Who do you think's winning this thing, man? Do you think that we see Cody Rhodes continue his championship reign, or do you think we see Solo Sikoa cement himself as the new tribal chief?
So I shouldn't be torn on this, right? Like it should just be Cody Rhodes retains 100%, no questions asked, like Cody Rhodes. But I sat here and I thought, especially today, as we've talked about Solo and opening, we talked about how SmackDown, like the things that weren't and were not hitting as far as SmackDown goes, and especially with Solo Sikoa. But then I also thought Triple H is a guy that likes to surprise things, likes for there to be surprises. So what bigger surprise could there be in this SummerSlam? I mean, we've had every debut almost. And we're just expecting Roman. What bigger surprise would there be to just put the belt on Solo? We'll probably give it back. But what, I could see Triple H doing something like this. I could see that be the shock that draws people back in, like, oh, for real. And maybe he wins it by an unexpected way. Maybe he actually wins it clean. Like maybe Cody gets distracted not by a bloodline thing, but by his own Codyverse problem. I don't know. I don't think any of that's going to happen. I really think Cody's going to retain, but there you go.
Gotcha, man. Voice, what do you think, man? What do you think's gonna happen in this main event, man? Because he didn't sit over here, said all this stuff, and then he said Cody. So
let me go on to what he was saying though, because you've already taken Money in the Bank for the males out. That's gone. So your surprise of that happening is gone. And Triple H does love a good surprise. Why? It could work because let's talk about the Solo idea. He's not hitting for some of us, and that may be the story that they're trying to tell. But the story that they weren't trying to tell was this lame Cody Rhodes run. They were trying to tell a story that is going to keep everybody in, but it didn't. I mean, honestly, is Cody's title run hitting for anybody on the panel?
Honestly,
a bit.
It's not. It's not even okay. It's not one of the top 3 stories I think about when I think WWE.
Okay,
I'll say that. It is not the top 3. So, it isn't that kind of a problem though?
that's exactly where I'm going. So why not mix it up? Give Solo this title, bring back Roman, or however they're going to do that. And that now you've got some electricity going on in SmackDown because you got this young champion now who has taken it off this young man who's finally won the championship for his family, and Solo is trying to prove himself. What's a better way to attract some type of Roman attention? Yeah, go ahead, Howse.
I got a thought. My bad. So, what if hype is right here, but we're not thinking about it in this way? What if Solo all right, here we go. Here comes a clip. I hope you guys are ready. What if Solo becomes the WWE Universal Champion, but it's because The Rock returns and fucks Cody over?
I mean, they're trying to make this a big one.
What if what
you guys think we got bad blood in
if this is
in October,
where we start the Cody and Rock thing? Yeah. Oh, Roger's saying that Cody's run is not hit. I wanted it. It came at a really hot time for the undercard. Oh, so I mean, it is what it is. So what are you thinking? Are you thinking that we can see? Because I don't think they would do Rock and Cody at Bad Blood, but we could see a Rock and Cody interaction at Bad Blood.
Can I be real? So I don't think that this is a bad time for Cody lose title, pick back up title sort of thing. You know, like we've seen that back in the day. Stone Cold lost and gained his title sometimes within the span of a couple weeks. And like I could see that with this story. Like, I don't want to see Cody like lose the title like a whole lot or anything, but it would add to some drama for his story, especially if he's able to lose it, pick it back up, especially if there's an added addition of The Rock, because we do know that that's coming. We also know that Roman is coming in some sphere. So maybe Roman is distracted by Solo. So Rock takes the opportunity. Hey, I want that belt. I want that.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe Solo wins at SummerSlam, and like I was saying, we have Bad Blood coming in what I believe October
5th. Yeah.
Yeah, in Cody's hometown in Atlanta, Georgia. Bro, he wins title back. Little cool thing in his hometown after some controversy. Dwayne The Rock Johnson comes back. Hey.
Yeah.
But here isn't the next SummerSlam after this going to be a 2-nighter?
I believe so.
I think so. Yeah,
it is. It is.
Aren't they in
Yes.
the ability to build for a year-long thing? So let's build off of what Joan says with The Rock coming in and doing that. So you do that at this SummerSlam, and then you build for Cody Rock for the next SummerSlam for the first night, the big match that's going to happen. And then you can play with The Rock throughout the year, jumping into certain important, meaningful matches that would be for Cody. And I kind of like the idea. I like where you guys are going with this. I mean, what I'm saying is just, me thinking
I think that it's I think it's a further conversation to be had. I mean, it's definitely. I think we got to put a pin in that and definitely come back to that. But we respectfully, we do got to move on because we got to, we got to wrap this thing up here. But we got to get to Grun. Grun, what do you think, man? Who do you think is going to come out of this main event, bro?
I think it's gonna be Cody. I hear what you guys are saying. I hear that yeah, you can afford to put the title on Solo for a little bit. I we'll probably find out before next WrestleMania. Yeah, Roger. I think I think Bloodline loses Friday night. I think they lose at SummerSlam too, and then that, because I think someone, when you guys said Paul Heyman comes out, says this line on SmackDown just before SummerSlam: losing has consequences.
Yep.
It does.
Yep. I think that line's definitely going to come back into play. I really do. And just throw my thought in there now. I think Cody's going to win. I think there's a great bigger story to be told with like what myself and Hype and Voice just unwrapped, most definitely. But I don't know if they're going to get that in the pocket like that. I just don't know. So I have to go with the safe route here and think Cody's going to retain. Then we see Roman come out at the end of the show and maybe just have a face-to-face confrontation with Solo and just maybe say something like, hey, losing has consequences. And that's when we see Tribal Chief, we see the Tribal Chief go up against who's calling himself the Tribal Chief in a match versus match. We could even see, I think this could still lead to Samoan War Games. I think that's still coming. I think Bloodline War Games is still coming. So most definitely, I think that's what I see there is I see Cody still coming out, and then Solo's going to have to deal with Roman.
For sure. Either way, like that you stack it up, exciting things are happening after the SummerSlam, during the SummerSlam. It's very, very interesting, and there's so many roads.
Yeah, most definitely. Absolutely. I mean, just big things coming, and it's great to see. But also, there's been big things coming here in your house, and we call this a really great episode, and it has been a really great one. This has been a great house party where we talked SummerSlam and just broke some things down and had a real blast. But we got to go ahead and slide off of here. Call this a really great episode, and we appreciate you guys out there in the chat, out there in the household, out there in the house call that are involved in coming through. But I got to give my guys the floor here to promote anything that they want to promote. I'm going to start with Grunmeister here. Bro, what you got coming up down the line? Where can they catch what you're doing?
You can catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Grunmeister. I will be hosting the SmackDown preview show in Grun's room every Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I will be joining Joshua Joseph on his Raw review show every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, man. We appreciate all the work that you do and just putting yourself out there and having really great episodes. This past Monday was really great, and then the Friday episode, we're gonna have that out there for you guys here very soon, most definitely. But I'm gonna throw it over to my man Voice. What do you got, man? Where can we catch what you're doing, and where can the household just follow all the work that you do?
Well, Grunmeister stole my thunder, so I will say it again. You can catch us Mondays at 7 p.m. right before Raw. We kick you off. We talk about 3 subjects that kind of get me and Grunmeister's minds twerking. So we talk about it. We introduce you guys into it. Join us in the Discord, the IYH. I did say twerking. I'm using fancy new words.
Yes, my man, my man.
Join us in the IYH House Call Discord. It's
Yes.
fun. It's a great time. I will link you guys into it. Anything you want to do in there. There's so many places to talk, so many great ways to interact with the host of all the different shows that we have on the IYH channel and network. Absolutely join us on the house call or on the Sunday house parties. Join us, have some fun. You can always catch me in the chats of everybody's shows that goes on. I try to be there. I try to be live and talking anything you guys want to talk about. So join us. Oh, yes. And the ECW watch along series. Join me in house and anybody else who wants to join us. If you're in the house call and you got an ECW match you want us to watch, we are more than willing to entertain that. We love ECW. We love the household. So join us and keep watching everything IYH.
Yes, man. I appreciate everything that you do. Those watch alongs, oh my gosh. The one we just did this past Friday, I know I said it in the group chat, but I'm saying it again. That was like my favorite watch along that I've ever done since I started this podcast. So like it was just fun. It was a vibe. I just liked it. It was cool. And listening back to it, it was just, you can see that we were just genuinely having fun watching wrestling. It was cool stuff, but I'm going to give it to my man Hype here. He's got a lot of things moving. He's got to get moving. As a matter of fact, we're going to get you out of here, bro, but go ahead and plug anything that you want to plug.
Yo. My name is Hypocrisy Jones. You can find me literally right here on the In Your House network. Whether you find me right here on the In Your House Sunday house party, or you find me on my smoke session, come and smoke with me, bro. We're gonna talk about some weird stuff. We're gonna talk about some wrestling stuff, but like I can't even tell you what we're gonna talk about because like you know how the smoke session go. Like you feel me? Like
don't know till you get there.
Yeah. So you never know. But also you can find me with the Kokomo Press. It's a community satire page that I'm part of. We make fun of a lot of things. We poke fun of a lot of things. We also host a comedy open mic every Thursday night at a place called Cooper's Pub in Kokomo, Indiana. So if you're in the Midwest area, come on down, bro. Every Thursday night, if you wanna do comedy, let us know by 7 o'clock, and we'll get the show started by 8 p.m., bro. We get you in and out. Look, it's 8 to like 10 o'clock, right? So we grown people hours that still got to go to work in the morning. We keep those, so they ain't too bad. So come through, hear some funny stuff, drink some good drinks, eat some good food, maybe go up there and say some funny stuff. But yo, my name's Hypocrisy Jones, and I'm all over this place, bro.
Man, we appreciate all the work that you do, everything that you do. And of course, as the producer of the show, it's all appreciated. So you guys already know where you can catch me at. I'm going to be here doing my thing at In Your House. This past weekend, I got a chance to be at Wrestle Arts, and that was a great show. I did commentary, made my commentary debut it was a really great night and a great main event. Just a great show altogether. But also I'll be having an upcoming interview coming from that event. I got a chance to talk to Jordan Dye as we chronicled his career and talked a little bit about everything that he's got moving in his career, including some of his favorite moments in his career, some of his favorite moves that he likes to perform in a match, his character work, proficiently as a heel. And it was just great to kind of break down and get some of his influences, heavily influenced by like the Dean Malenkos and the Chris Benoits. And so it was great to talk to somebody like that. And kind of see and break down the mind of a technical wrestler. Has a great MMA background as well that he likes to add into his repertoire. So that was really cool. Jordan Dye is a great talent that you're going to see locally here in this area, and he's out there working. You see him consistently. We just dropped our Bill Alfonso interview that was just this past Friday, so check that out. And then, of course, on Wednesdays, it's going to be myself and Divinely Designed Annie O'Neil as we give you guys the raw deal with Howse and O'Neil. And we talk Monday Night Raw and a little bit of NXT as well. We should be talking about some great American Bash for the next 2 weeks that they do it on NXT. But yeah, she's been a great addition to the team. But guys, you already know I'm here working. I'm doing commentary for shows. I am doing my thing here on the podcast. I'm also dropping a new single called 1, 2, 3. Check that out. That should be coming out in the next week on Spotify and on Apple. So guys, just check out everything that we're doing. We got some grinders here on this team. You already know it's Alakhan House on all social media platforms. It's HOWSE. That W stands for work. So for the Grundmeister, for the voice, Josh Joseph, for Hypocrisy Jones, for Divinely Designed Annie O'Neil, and the world's most dangerous podcaster Paragon, I am Alakhan the Concept House, here to remind you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone. Because the household, well, we're still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great week. Peace.
Do you like comedy? Have you ever done it? Have you ever thought about going up on stage and telling some of those jokes that your family and friends just love to hear? Well, now you have the opportunity. Every Thursday night, starting February 15th at Cooper's Pub, we are doing an open mic. The Kokomo Press is doing an open mic at Cooper's Pub in the downstairs comedy den. It's going to be awesome. It's going to start at 8 p.m. on Thursdays, February 15th, and we're going to be doing open mic with 10 to 15 spots for each comedian at 5 minutes a spot. Do not hesitate to sign up. Sign-ups will be at 7:30 physically down there in the bar, or if you want to, you can sign up early. All you have to do is message our page at the Kokomo Press. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have drinks and we're going to have food specials, and it's all a part of Cooper's Pub. You just go straight in, and instead of making a right, you make a left, you go downstairs, you make a left, and you're right down there in the comedy den. Myself and Brian Allen West are excited to see you, and we'll also have friends that you may know, like Jordan Bell, a.k.a. Hypocrisy Jones, Sean Dalrymple, a local comedian we love, and even Courtney Richardson. You're going to see us all out there. We're going to be having a blast. And again, it starts February 15th, but after that, it's every Thursday at 8 p.m. in the comedy den downstairs at Cooper's Pub. Hope to see you there.
With O'Connor. Hey, O'Connor, your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Come to us for your news and opinions. We got a voice. There is no choice. We're the voice in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. action. Your house is the perfect distraction. Papa see your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Slow.